You know what is happening? Let's start with the good first, as we want to bring in Christopher Mulcahy joining
Good to see
us.
ya. I know.
Back in the Live Impact studio, y'all.
Like old times, yeah. Majestic's not here. You get me. Yeah, much better than that mess that's happening on I-85. I was just looking at over there. Yeah, no, the weather honestly very boring, and boring is good
In a
for
good
you.
way.
Yes, and it's not good drought status, but there's only so much that we can do. You can water wherever you have for lawns, plants, and such, but Mother Nature is really not helping us out even over the next 7 days. So getting right to it, our Dallas camera, we're seeing a lot of mid to upper level clouds, and what this means is these are going to be mixing in throughout the day, and as long as you have those, that is going to suppress a little bit of sunshine from place to place, wind gusts occasionally getting up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour through the course of the afternoon, and mainly out of the west southwest. That's still a warmer direction, so that's still going to keep our temperatures in the lower to the mid 80s. We have the mid 80s back to back, so only a tick downwards for today. Across the area, though, it's going to be nice and warm, so something really to get excited about. But what's interesting is how many 80-degree days that we've had so far. Officially, over the weekend, we had number 16, number 17, and today is going to be number 18, and we'll continue to add on to this list. But that is 5 more than any other year up to this point, to this day, in Charlotte climatology. So it just shows how significant, how warm it has been, including 183 that was on February. I remember that day very well. Actually, 83 is the warmest we've ever been during the winter month. So this past March, this past April, haven't really felt like those actually months, where the 80s are a little bit more typical really for the back end of May, heading throughout the entirety of June before we eventually upgrade our high to around 90 degrees. Well, today, realistically, feeling more like May 28th, so the back end of May. And then by tomorrow, we're feeling like early June, and then you start to really progress through that month. So we've been calling it more of a summer-like surge than anything. High temperatures today up in the mountains, lower to the mid-40s, or 70s, excuse me. We're avoiding the 40s. And then we have the lower to the mid-80s across the foothills. Oftentimes, there could be the right environment that allows things to warm up a little bit more around Morganton due to their topography. That's exactly what's happening there. And then you have a mix of the lower to the mid-80s down towards the south. Less clouds to the north. That definitely is going to help things out, so really a wide range, anywhere from about 83 to 86 across the area. Over the next 36 hours, we get rid of the clouds, and then tomorrow should be a mostly sunny one, so of course the more sunshine we can get, well, the warmer it could potentially be. And we have a classic setup here that a Bermuda high, so that's just a high pressure system that hangs out near Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. You have a hazy, hot and humid environment because this little heat dome sets up, so that allows for more temperatures in the lower bounds of actually close to a record, and it's coming out of the south that we typically blast in a little bit extra moisture. We don't get the moisture right away, but this is all because drought is feeding drought. Rain is trying to get to us. It's just having so much feeble attempts because of the way that things are. Our record highs are in sight for the next few days. I don't think we do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we're pretty close too, so honestly close enough, splitting hairs, well above the lower to the mid 70s that we should be for this time of year. And then Wednesday, it looks to be our first 90, our true 90 of the year, and then it looks to be a record tying day on Thursday. But regardless, we've been really just calling this a Carolina summer surge, and really needs an alert there because where temperatures are going. So it really looks like it's going to be near record watch as far as all of it is concerned. And that 90-degree high that we have for today, for Wednesday, that is way early because it's typically May 20th that we have our very first 90-degree high. And the last time that we were even at 90 plus during the month of April was 16 years ago, back on April 6, 2010. Here's your Carolina summer alert that I was mentioning. 90 degrees for Wednesday, 89 Thursday, 90 to 92. That is exceptional. Say if we hit 90 on Thursday, this would actually be only the second time in Charlotte history that we've actually had 4 days in the 90s during the month of April. The only other time that we had it was 1960, but that wasn't in a row. So this would be the first time ever that we've done it this many times in a row. Regardless of any records being broken as far as this means, this is still a super rare occurrence that we have that many shots at 90 degrees during this month. Now let's get to our rain chances. Our rain chances aren't great. They aren't fantastic because moving forward through this week, it's a whole lot of nothing. So if you have to do anything outside, that is something great. If you have any weekend plans, I think Saturday is just fine, but we're watching for what potentially could happen Saturday heading into Sunday. I think that this line of showers and storms that you're about to see is going to have a history over the weekend, meaning severe storms, likely a lot of wind damage over in Kentucky and Tennessee. Once it gets a little bit close to us, mainly looks to be a morning event, but it does look like it holds together. However, watch this. Mountains, us. Things dissipate. We literally are protected by so much dry air right now that oftentimes people don't realize it's not just evaporation. Whenever it rains, that sticks to the trees, and a process called transpiration comes through. So when the plants are lacking moisture, when the ground is lacking moisture, it doesn't put it back into the atmosphere. So literally when these storm systems roll through, they almost get starved of that drier air, and that's what we're seeing heading into the weekend. So we would need a huge push for it to feel humid again, and a big push as far as a strong system, and truly you need more than that. We really need a slow trickle of rain multiple times. We don't have that, and any week that we don't have up to an inch of rain, you're behind. So that drought monitor is only going to get worse. Our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast trending in a hot direction, but we do see a little bit of a dip on Sunday. Sunday, I think, is mainly going to be in the mid to the upper 70s. That's going to be behind the front. The chance for rain again late morning heading into the early afternoon. The timing of that's going to be all over the place. So you're either going to have rain or storms that are going to disrupt your day, or it's not. So back to that 7-day. Well, I want to turn it into a 10-day because we do see the bottom here. The 40s are going to return for our lows. 73 degrees on Monday, which, by the way, is the average high for today. And then we're right back to the lower 80s. What this really shows is that even when we cool down, we're still heading back to the 80s, back to 10 degrees above normal. So we're going to need a lot of wet weather changes. But over the next 10 days, I have one chance that will not give us an inch of rain the way things are looking. So, yeah, it just keeps on kind of getting bad for worse. There's no mandatory water restrictions at this point, but I do think over the next couple of weeks, we are going to see a lot more kind of preventatives for washing your cars and stuff like that, as I think we get a little bit closer to exceptional drought for only the second time in Charlotte history since the year 2000.
Wow. That can't be great.
No, it's not. And that's what I'm telling people. Like, we're not going to have a terrible time because we're under a drought. So you can get outside and enjoy yourselves, but we're at this point that it hasn't affected us because you have enough moisture in the clay that the plants are able to thrive off of it. Really, once we get done with April, by May, if we're still in a drought status, that's where it really becomes a little bit more problem that I think is going to affect our day and day. So let's just hope, start doing your rain dances, and we'll see over the next at least 2 weeks.
And then, I mean, since it is nice, might as well enjoy nice weather. Well, we've got.
I don't like bad weather and droughts, but I'm not Eeyoreing my way through the days. So yeah, no, definitely take advantage of it. Also, if you like hot weather, this is perfect because it's surging. Me personally, I love the 70s, so I'm a little sad that we don't have those. But I'm hoping we'll make up for lost time. Mother Nature is all about balance, so I'm sure that we'll have more 70s pop up somewhere in the next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. We'll get back to spring.
We'll get
eventually.
back briefly. We'll see.
All right, and we'll get you back too.
Yeah.
To the Live Impact Studio. Nice to see you, Chris.
No, it's always a pleasure. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.